Yo, look at that fucking loser.
I don't know, man. He doesn't look too happy.
Yo, fuck's sake! Is that your sister's shirt or
Dude,
what?
You're such a dick.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna go talk to him. Hey, man. Don't look so excited. I'm sorry my friend's a dick. But we're having some people over tonight. How would you feel about coming over?
So what did that weird guy say?
I don't want to talk about it.
Fucking assholes, man.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Johnny Salami podcast. If you don't know already, you can access the podcast through Spotify, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. With that said, today's guest, Erik Travers. Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you.
It's good
How's
to
it
see
going?
you.
Yeah, it's been a
Another
while.
person I haven't seen in like 5 or 6 years, so that's like a common theme with this. But first off, how are you, man?
I'm good. Just went to school in Illinois, so I was gone for about 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, just come back working and just trying to open up a gym.
So I was looking up on Reddit last night what it's like to be a Division I wrestler, and I couldn't really figure it out. But you wrestled that was Division I, right?
Correct.
Was it Southern Illinois?
It was.
So what's that like? Like, walk me through that, like, just like Division I sports in general.
Obviously, Cumberland has always been like a powerhouse wrestling school. So we were always wrestle at a high level, but when you think you're at the highest level, there's always a higher level. And college really opened me up to that. And I always wrestled on a national level even in high school, but we didn't practice or have the competition that we did in the wrestling room we did in college 24/7. So it took me a while to adapt because I had 4 surgeries in 5 years, so I didn't wrestle too much as it was anyway. But yeah, man, it was tough. It was a grind. That's the one thing that separates the kids from the Midwest and the like Pennsylvania and New Jersey is they're used to the grind and the high level of coaching they have that we don't. That's the big difference. When you have Division I national champions and All-Americans, is a big difference when those are your coaches. So
Like Pennsylvania and New Jersey are like the powerhouses?
Yeah, always. Usually they're always 1 and 2, Ohio, Illinois, and what's another bit? California, because the state's so big. But yeah, definitely Pennsylvania, New Jersey is always the bigger ones.
Yeah, so you think it's like a huge geographical difference?
Oh, big time. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of how it is with most sports, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was it like like day to day though? Because like even like I went to Johnson and Wales and they were Division III, but like even some of the wrestlers there, it seemed like they had a lot on their plate.
Yeah, the one thing that a lot of students, especially like at a big, we're not a big division, we're a medium Division I school. We had about 16,000 students. We get a lot of smoke for what we're given, and basically think that we can do anything we want, which is not the case because we're always on a pedestal. Basically, like if we get in trouble, we can get in big trouble. Possibly kicked out of school faster than a regular student could.
Yeah.
But I would on a Monday, I would have we'd have 6 a.m. lift, and then I'd have an individual practice right after the lift, and then after that we have practice at 3:30, and then prior to that you either got to study, go to class, do homework, and then after practice you got to go do study table hours for your freshman year at least until you get. Even if you have like a 4.0 GPA, you have to do study table hours, and then the following semester you can get out.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot to do, a lot of community service. Basically anything with like presenting to school, the athletes always got to be there. And I was the captain of the team, so like there's just more I had to do as well. So
yeah, what injuries did you have though?
I had 4 shoulder surgeries.
Because you injured that like in high school, right?
Yeah, my first one was in high school. Then I had 3 more in college, and then I broke my wrist. I had 4 concussions, and then I tore my ankle as well.
What was wrong with it? Like, did your shoulders keep popping out? Like, what was it exactly? Like,
I think just instability, honestly, because I would always come back too fast from surgery, and just how my body was built. Just unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be for me.
yeah, it's a fucking gator, dude.
Yeah, I tried.
Yeah, I remember. What happened like when you were like transitioning to football though? Because I remember like someone told me like you were gonna play college football, and then like I didn't really know how you felt about wrestling. Like I always knew you were gay, but like no, but like someone was like, yeah, Eric's gonna play like college football, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I was actually getting recruited by a couple Division III, Division II schools because I didn't play that long in high school to really get recognized to do that much because when we played, we had a powerhouse team and we played half games. So like our stats didn't really show like what we can do. And I mean, I wasn't a Mitch Baxter, like a Trent, where like they've been in football and like their names were known. I started my junior year and senior year, and that was it.
Yeah. Did you like it more though? I
liked them both. Honestly, I did not want to wrestle in college because I didn't have the love for it in high school because I just wanted to play football, and I was big in competing for powerlifting and almost did that professionally as well. So that was another avenue. Yeah, I got hurt. I had that surgery out of high school and took a year off for sports because my shoulder just wasn't ready, and they weren't giving me as much money to the school I was going to go to, and I knew I could still wrestle Division I. I called back every wrestling school, and they all denied me because I never took their recruiting because I said, fuck wrestling.
Yeah.
And then finally, my coach, Colin Smith, he knew my head coach and gave him a call, sent him a video, won a couple D3 tournaments, open tournaments, and he's like, oh yeah, he's like, you ready? So
Jesus, man, that must have been crazy, dude. Like,
yeah,
even just getting in like to the same room as like a D1 wrestler, man.
Yeah, it was good. Like I said, my wrestling club, Northeast Elite, when I was younger, we had a lot of high level wrestlers, like the twins, Shy and Chanel.
Yeah.
They were both Shy was supposed to be a big Division I guy. School just didn't work out for him, and same thing with Chanel. And then we had other guys that were like junior national champs, junior world champs that were at that club when I was starting that club. So we wrestled pretty well at high levels. So I was kind of used to it, and like just like the grind, I was like always just just mentally tough. So
yeah, dude, Shy used to come to a bunch of my shows.
Did he?
I didn't even know who he was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like I had never met him before, and then like one show I saw him and I was like, oh, you look familiar, man. He told me he liked me and stuff, and I was like, what are you doing here, man? He's like, oh, I just like comedy. And I was like,
are
wow.
you sure it was Shy or Chanel? There's two of them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Shy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I work with him in, it's close to Boston.
Yeah, he works on the train station.
No, that's Chanel.
That's Chanel?
That's Chanel, yeah.
Fuck, dude, I fucked him up. Hope they're not watching, dude.
Chanel's the gay one. He probably likes you because he saw your salami, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, I gotta hit him up.
That's right.
Like, no, it is Shy. I was right, because Shy told me that Chanel works on the...
Oh, okay.
Okay, now I remember.
There you go.
No, it was definitely Shy.
Yeah, tomato, banana, same thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, the twins, so it's like... And I don't know them that well, but yeah, dude, I remember seeing him at a comedy show, and he was like, yeah, like your stuff, man. And I was like, oh, cool, man. Like, what are you doing here? He was just like, oh, I just love comedy. It's like, that's fucking awesome, man. Like, but yeah, dude, I remember like, I don't know. I always knew like wrestlers were like not somebody you wanted to fuck with. So like whenever I saw them, I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to like say anything. Like, not that I would say anything anyway, but like, I'd probably cry. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's not bad. I mean, everyone has that assumption that like that's a thing, especially when you get to like higher level wrestling. But I mean, yes, like you're mentally tougher, but just because you wrestle, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, obviously it depends on who you are, but like we knew like, like their reputation was pretty like high. So like if someone says like, yeah, like I wrestled like D1, it's kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
Probably fuck you up, dude.
But
like what would happen if like you wrestled like someone who was like D2 or D3? Would you just like demolish them, or would it be close?
So again, the difference between D1, D2, and D3 is just how deep it is. You can have a stud in D3 that could go Division I that just didn't in school or didn't want to, like, because D1's a grind, dude. Like, don't get me wrong, every division is a grind, but D1 is it's all day, every day, almost 365 a year, man. I mean, you can get time off, you need time off, you need a couple days off, but even on your days off, you're still doing mental preparation. You can do light drilling on your own, just like something like real light, but like that's like all day, every day. But not necessarily, because like I said, there's a bunch of studs that could, transition. Like there's this kid from that went to Nebraska. His name's Isaiah White. He was a D2 national champ, like undefeated national champ. But then he went to Division I and didn't All-American his first year, and then he All-American his second year. But like he was like undefeated. Like no one touched that kid. When in D1 he didn't even make it to the finals. He didn't even make it to the top 3. So
it's like Kamaru Usman too. He was like D2, right?
He was D2. Yep. Yeah, the kid was tough. He was tough in wrestling, but I mean, when people are like, "Oh, he beat Tyron Woodley. He's a Division I wrestler." I mean, when it comes to cage fighting, it's not wrestling. It's not just wrestling. Like, he was a better fighter.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And he beat him in wrestling, but I mean, he wasn't trying to wrestle. He was trying to stand up, and he just beat his game is all.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, man, I've always wondered though, just like, I tried wrestling once.
Did you?
I tried the Blackstone for I think it was 2 or 3 sessions.
When?
I think it was
When they first started?
yeah, it was after my junior year.
Okay.
And
I do remember that.
Yeah, they needed heavyweights or something, so they came into the weight room.
Yeah.
And they saw my nice pair of tits, and they were like, "Come on." No, Colin wanted me to. I feel like Colin kind of wanted everyone to, but makes sense.
Yeah, it's every coach.
But then I remember there was one day where I was I think you were there. I think I was maxing out. I was doing my test. Remember that? And I was wicked scared.
Yep.
And I think I squatted 375. And Colin was no, probably wasn't even 375. It was probably 350, something like that. Something not that heavy. And then Colin was dude, try 405. And I was like, are you fucking insane? Dude, my knees will literally fucking snap. And you were like, no, man, you can do it. And I remember you specifically being there. And I went down to parallel. And I was like, there's no way I'm getting this up. And I tried going up. And it went down another inch. And then my adrenaline just kicked in and I did it. But I remember then I tried cleaning 205, which back then was
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
And I would just use my arms. I didn't even have good form.
Mm-hmm.
And after I cleaned 205, I remember Gordon was watching me. And then that's when he tried to convince me. And then I went to the club wrestling. It's Blackstone. He just taught me 3 moves, and he was like, this is all you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember just after one practice, dude, I was like, that's literally the most tired I've ever been in my life.
It's definitely...
I've never experienced anything like that before. I run all the time. I'll do hills and stuff, but just going all out for 3 minutes. Because the first practice I went to, it was live wrestling, and I was I've never wrestled before in my life. And we would go 3 minutes at a time. So after a minute, I was fucking absolutely dead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, wrestling's obviously the best shape I've ever been in. Best shape I feel like anyone's going to be in their life. Because even with fighting, the difference is, you can't spar every single day. You'll get hurt. In wrestling, you wrestle every single day. You're beating each other up every single day. In college, if you didn't leave the room bleeding, you probably didn't wrestle hard enough. That's just the mentality of it. It's just different.
Yeah, you still have fucked up ears?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they look better than they used to.
Yeah, you remember that in high school?
Did you get them drained?
My mom made me get my right one drained when it first happened in high school. And remember I wore that little sock thing on my ear? Because they had to cut me open and try to squeeze it out because it was already hard. And the only other thing to do is to scrape out your cartilage. And it doesn't make your air flimsy, but it wouldn't be as hard as a regular ear.
Did that hurt a lot when they drained it, though?
Oh, my God, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Basically, the procedure he did on me was he was supposed to put me under. And I said, fuck that. I just got out of surgery. I'm not doing any more surgeries. I was just do it. And so he gave me just general anesthesia in the ear. And when he squeezed it, being that where he put it into cartilage that was already hard. Mm-hmm. So it didn't do anything for me, maybe for a couple seconds. Then when he opened me up, I felt everything. I almost passed out. I was like, oh, my God. Yeah.
Were you in shock because of the pain? Or?
No. At first, honestly, it wasn't bad. When I left, though, when I walked out with my mom, I started feeling like I was getting I was going to pass out. I was like, oh, I need to take a seat real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I mean, I didn't lose that much blood to pass out. I think it was more just my body reacting or something. But oh man, that shit.
Yeah, I remember I got fluid drained from my knee, and I was like, they didn't really warn me. They were just kind of like, all right, we're gonna stick this. The needle's massive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Massive needle, and I was like, I guess this isn't gonna hurt. They didn't say anything, and it was so fucking painful.
Oh, you feel it. You feel it leaving your body, and it feels like it's getting sucked out of your body. Not even just it's just a hole. It's just squeezing out. No, that shit is getting sucked out of your body. It fucking hurts.
Yeah, dude, that was wicked painful, honestly. But that was your transition though, from football to wrestling. It was just
yeah, it's just they weren't giving me as much money. I was going to basically a $60,000 a year school, and they were giving me 80% scholarship. So oh hell yeah, and then they were giving me maybe a quarter of that. So I was like, oh, I can't afford that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have loans for going to possibly not be able to play football. Because in Division III, if you get hurt, you're hurt. You get a gray shirt, but it's not like college where you can have an injury year, you can have a red shirt year, and basically like you still have scholarship. You have athletic scholarship. You in Division III, you get hurt. There's no really, there's merit money. That's it.
Yeah, man. Dude, I haven't been injured in so long. Like, I don't even know what it's like anymore. I remember back then, like, I always think about my past. I'm like, dude, you should have done something different. But then I think, like, thoroughly, and I'm like, I was injured, like, all the fucking time, dude.
Yeah.
My knees were just, like, nut sacks, you know? So it was just, like, I was always fucking hurt. And that's, like, that affected every single decision I made. But now I'm nice and lubed up, dude. I'm ready to fuck, dude. And I haven't been hurt in so long, like, you know.
So if your knees are like nut sacks, right?
Yeah.
If someone kicked you in the knee, would like you get like a throat feeling, a gut feeling? How would that work?
If someone kicked me in the knee,
Yeah.
it probably hurt a lot. If someone like inside leg kicked me,
See ya.
I'd probably be down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, you've been doing a little bit of MMA or just like stand up?
A lot of orgies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, just stand up. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I'll do comedy at night. So like, do you know Greg Rebello?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Because I went to Triforce like for like a week.
Mm-hmm.
I did the free membership thing, and I was like, none of the classes like I could do with comedy because I'm always like doing open mics at night. So I mean, I saw Greg there, and I was like, you know, I found out he does like one-on-one sessions. So I just started doing that with him, and I was like, I'm probably learning like twice as fast right now.
Oh yeah, of
like,
course.
You know, because they'll just kind of tell me how it is,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a good workout. But I mean, I just do it like for fun. Like I'll do it on Friday morning. So I'll do I'll do like he'll hold the pads for me, teach him some stuff for like 45 minutes, which is like pretty long session just for stand up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just go to work, and then I'll go to I'll do comedy at night. It's like the only thing I can do, with that schedule, but. Yeah, man. I figured, because, back in the day, we had a bunch of stuff to do. Like, we had sports all the time. So it was, like, always constantly busy. Like, you're not second-guessing things. But now it's, like, you got to find hobbies, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just figured, like, if I make, like, a shitty joke or something and someone, like, makes fun of me or, like, tries to assault me, like, at least I'll be able to somewhat defend myself.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you learn a lot, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So... Plus, Greg fucking kills people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was the best option, but
no, for sure. I mean, I think everyone should know how to defend themselves. I mean, it's a good feat, and I think it just not just like knowing how to just fuck someone up. Basically, it's just self-confidence, like walking around, just knowing you can defend yourself, and just how you walk around. Basically, you just raise up another level, just mentally.
Yeah, so. I've been trying to amp it up a little bit with like the not the confidence at all. That's always going to stay low, but like in terms of like just exercising and stuff, I've been trying to ramp it up a lot more.
I see that, dude. You've been doing a lot of like dick ups and like finger ups, something like that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. I've been doing a lot of probing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I got you. Little hook and ladder, bud.
I feel like, I don't know, man. Like I've said this before. I feel like we're kind of like at an age where like people don't really judge you that much anymore for like. Like if back in the day in high school or like in college, I feel like if me or you put up a video of us deadlifting, someone would be like, what the fuck's that? What's up with this kid?
It's jealousy, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like nowadays, it's kind of like, a little bit more acceptable.
100%.
Like not that much, but like a little bit.
Well, think about it. Now with this coronavirus, everyone's influencer, everyone's a strength coach, everyone's a dietitian coach.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, like if I'm being 100% honest with you, this quarantine has made me question like working out in general. Cause like, dude, I've always like lifted pretty heavy for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tried doing like some bodybuilding workouts and stuff. But dude, I just got a pair of gymnast rings, and dude, those things are so hard.
Oh, yeah.
And you can do so much with them.
Yeah. So
like this whole quarantine thing, man, it makes me like question what I'm doing with my life. Like in terms of working out.
Yeah.
Especially like lifting heavy, Not that I would do it that much, but like when you do, I mean, like it's not like, you're going to have perfect form every time. So.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing that I try to tell people and kids, and some coaches don't understand that. Is like especially when you're lifting heavy for like competition, some coaches like, oh, you can't do it. It's not perfect technique. I'm like, bro, you throw 500 pounds on the bar and in your hands, on your back.
Yeah, fuck technique.
Like your technique could still be pretty good, but if it's like above your, like 2 times your body weight at least, there's a possibility something might give a little bit. If it gives bad, then yeah, like stop. But it's like, it's not gonna be super perfect every time. But yeah, and it kills you. At the end of the day, you're just dead tired. Takes a lot out of you.
Yeah. Anytime I've ever maxed out, I've been like, that's it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just takes everything out of me.
Oh yeah.
And like, what I'm doing, I'm like, this, even if I like brace right, do it, like, you know, go through like cues in my head and stuff, I'm like, this isn't right.
Well, I've seen your form. You got the really good hip thrust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude, I got fucking powerful hips, bro.
Yeah. You breaking backs nowadays, Joe?
Yeah, no.
No. Just fingers.
Yeah, I've been trying to stretch out the hips a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when dudes are like, you ever see like a porno, like where dudes are like, you know, like they're straight up, but they got their knees bent?
Yeah.
Dude, I've never been able to do that.
What?
Yeah.
You
never been able to do it.
So you can't like get on your knees?
Oh, I can get on my knees, but like, no, like, you know how like dudes like those, you know, like, have you ever done that hip stretch where like, you're almost like humping the ground?
Are you laying down?
Yeah, you're basically on all fours.
Okay.
And like, you're literally humping the ground. And like, your legs are like, you know, you're trying to bring your hips to the floor. You ever done that stretch?
I
Imagine Johnny Sins, dude, right? Him and Kiss are going at it. And Johnny's just in straight missionary, but he's on his knees. Like, he's perfectly parallel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I was going to do that, I'd have to be like face down. Like, my hips don't have that mobility.
So your hips do lie?
Yeah.
Okay. Shakira would be so mad at you.
Yeah. Can you, dude, you can do that?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you could probably do it. But I think that's my next goal, is just to be able to be like perfectly straight up instead of just, you know, laying down on chicks.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm doing it in general, but once the day comes, like, I want to be prepared.
So what do you do? Like, you just lay down on them and they pass out and then you're like, oh shit, she wasn't even awake. Like, how's that work?
Usually I'll be like, all right, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick, right? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to say that. No, man, it's been rough, like, the past few years. I almost feel like it's back in the day, like in high school, when you guys were trying to hook me up with like fat chicks at parties. Like, you remember that?
I remember one time it was Nevin and Trent.
Yeah, I mean, you guys always got like girls, and I was just kind of like, you know, I had like a solid pair of tits, and you guys were like always trying to, like, you know.
No, I think you did better than you thought you did.
Probably. Back then, dude, I was doing way better than I'm doing now, but I think now I have a little bit more of a, I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to hang out with some boring girl, you know what I mean?
No, I feel that. Like,
I don't want to go to Starbucks and, you know, get like a grande macchiato, dude. Like, I'm trying to get with a chick who like lives life on the edge, dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like a chick with a full bush, you know, rolls up to Starbucks, dude, asks for like a grande pussy pop or 350Z, dude, and peels out. Imagine that. So, dude, I mean, like, I don't know, man. I'm just sick of like boring chicks. You know, like the basic chicks. I need someone to spice up my life a little bit.
What do you define as boring?
Like the same, dude. I feel like so many girls are kind of just like the same. I mean, you've seen it, dude.
Yeah, it's Cumberland.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I just want some sort of like deviance, man. You know? You
want a bad girl. So you're
dude.
So you're the good man that wants a bad girl.
Yeah, dude. People always think like I want like some girl who, like, you know, who's gonna go to church and like be wicked nice to me, dude. But dude, I've always been into like bad chicks. like you know what I'm saying? Makes it more exciting, you know?
Yeah. I get it.
You trying to feel?
I feel. I've been out of the game. I've had a girlfriend for almost 6 years now.
6 years?
Almost, yeah.
When'd you guys meet? I didn't even.
So when I went to CCRI, we met at CCRI, and then we talked for almost 7 months. When I went to Illinois, we were still talking. Then she came up to visit me, and then that's when we started dating.
Yeah.
So like in October, it was like 5 years officially.
Uh-huh.
But already been together for 5 years and 7 months. So right now it's like 6 years something.
Is it boring or is it just...
No, man, you just gotta know how to change it up. And
How do you spice it up though?
Huh? You said how do you spice it
Yeah,
up?
how do you spice that up though?
Many ways, Jonathan. Many ways.
Give me an example. Oh,
can't
yeah,
do
because
it.
she's watching.
She would kill me. No,
Oh,
she.
dude.
It's just like, I mean, when you like someone that much, like you just gotta have fun. You know, you just gotta have fun with it. Just, as long as you're yourself with you and her. I mean,
I know what you're saying.
and we're both like, she looks like she's like a really, really good girl, but she's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean they all are, dude. That's the thing. It's like,
And a good crazy though. Like,
yeah,
she like likes to go out. She likes to party. She likes to like just have fun, basically. So it's always a fun time.
that's the thing. Like I can see through all of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I can see through the grande macchiato, dude. I can see through that shit. Like you ever see like girls at like a fucking like a sleepover or some shit? You ever see how weird they are?
Yeah, dude. Farting on each other and shit.
Yeah, dude. They're just jumping up and down on the bed like naked,
They're a bunch of guys.
like throwing eggs at each other.
What are you watching?
Nah, I'm just fucking with you. But like they always just do weird shit, dude. Like jump up and down on the bed, like listen to like Jesse McCartney, dude. You know,
They're just being guys, dude. Or
No,
hey, you ever
guys
thought
just
about
play
that?
video games.
You ever thought about that?
What?
Like when girls are with girls and guys are with guys that's hanging out. Like, are guys being like girls or are girls being like guys?
I feel like girls are definitely being like guys,
Okay.
but at the same time, not really.
So then,
You know what I'm saying?
so does that like make us feminine? And like masculinity is just like.
I mean, if I'm surrounded by a bunch of dudes, like, you know, it's gonna be like a lot different than if I'm like by myself.
yeah.
Because like if I'm by myself, I might be a little more girly. You know, like look at myself in the mirror, dude. Might jump up and down in the bed naked a little bit, listen to some Jesse McCartney. But if there's a bunch of dudes around, probably not gonna be doing that.
I just remembered one story.
What?
We were at Nevin's house, and you were drunk. And after I forgot, it might have been after the championship game, or I just at Nevin's house, honestly. And me and you were drinking Bud Light limes, and then you started taking shots. So then you started getting tired. You passed out, whatever it is. So you were on the couch, and Nevin made a slide that literally went straight to your nuts and rolled down a full can of beer and smoked you in the nuts.
Really?
And you get up, you're like, oh.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
Oh my god, that was so funny. They had a video of it for the longest time. I think it was on Nevin's old phone, so it had to be gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I remember Mitch had a party once, and we were probably still in, it was a high school graduation party. No, I think Mitch had it was some sort of graduation party, and I remember we were celebrating, and I know Ted, you know, Mitch's dad was walking around with a camera and just filming everything, and so was his mom, and they were like handing it off, and they just wanted to like capture the moment. But like by the end of the night, like everyone was pissed, like cocked, you know? And dude, I remember being so drunk, like their parents didn't even know like I spoke in general. And like they were filming everybody, right? Like casually, everyone's having like a casual conversation. And all of a sudden, dude, you just see me with 2 raw cheeseburgers in my hands, and I just yell, "Who's gonna suck this cock?" And like, dude, they had it on film. And I remember Ted was like laughing his ass off because like he had never seen me like speak before, and he was cocked too. Like everyone was cocked.
Oh, yeah.
And then the next morning, everyone woke up and we watched the footage, dude. So you just see like everyone have like a natural conversation, and then they like interviewed people. They were like, "All right, like, how do you feel about Mitchell?" And they were all like, "Oh, Mitch is like my best friend, you know, greatest guy around." And then you just saw me with the 2 cheeseburgers, dude, like right in the middle of the footage. I remember Mitch's mom was like, "All right, John."
Those were some good times, some good parties. Yeah, I didn't really go out too much until the end. Even then, I didn't go out too much in high school because I worked at 3 nightclubs starting my junior year, end of my junior year.
No, you went out a bunch. Whenever we had like the football parties, you'd always be there.
I would go out. I mean, I went out a bunch and no, so I didn't go out too much. So I went out again more so near the end, and especially senior year. But again, I was always working, out at a club, so that's why I didn't really hang out with anyone. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're just too good to come." I was like, "No, I'm not too good to come to parties. I'm just working." So
Yeah.
I didn't go out a bunch. I went out a bunch.
Do you remember like one of the first times I ever got intoxicated? Like, was at like a football party and like you were like, I think you looked pretty normal. I don't know if you were drunk or not. I remember I just walked up to you and someone put on the song Wild Boy by Machine Gun Kelly, like full volume.
Oh,
and I just started singing like right in front of you, dude. Like,
I don't remember.
it was fucking so random, dude. I was just like that drunk. And I think that's like when we met each other. I think he walked away after like 5 seconds. No, he definitely walked away, but I think Joe saw me and just started like laughing his ass off. But I like vividly remember that because I was like one of the first times I ever got like, I think that was like one of the first parties I ever went to.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, this kid's cool. I'm going to go fucking show him what's up.
Yeah. Well, the first time I got stupid drunk was at a football party. It was at Nevin's house.
Yeah.
And they just kept handing me everything. I just kept drinking it. And oh my God, I passed out. I was donezo within like, I don't even know. I remember me and Nevin ran like 8 or 10 games of beer pong. And after that, I was already trashed. Then he brought out hard liquor. At first, I was fine, but then he brought out hard liquor and I died.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was it.
That's all you can really think about, too, like during quarantine. You start to think about that stuff.
Yeah.
But like now, I mean, like with personal training, like what's up with that? I mean, are you like a certified personal trainer?
Yeah.
Whatever
so
that means.
I didn't get my CSCS because I don't need it. CSCS is more so. Yeah.
I think that's overrated.
Oh, 100%. It's so it's the stupidest test that everyone technically needs to take. It's the stupidest thing. It's literally. I mean, it's great if you're starting, you don't know it, and you're right out of college, and you don't know if you want to be a strength coach or not. Like, it's a good test to have. Like, just basically, it's college classes just in a little test, not as much, not in more in depth. But it's so dumb. But for me, with training, I'm a coach at Mike Bullis Strength and Conditioning. It's in Woburn, Mass. But I'm gonna transition out because I'm gonna start my own gym. So
that's the one in the industrial building that you're gonna start.
Yeah, in Blackstone. So Blackstone, the wrestling club.
Yeah.
There's like a 15 by like 50-ish rectangle space of already like a gym kind of, and I'm just gonna like basically take that part over myself and just put more equipment in there and start up my small groups.
Wait, it's 15 by 50?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Is that kind of narrow, or you think that's enough space?
Oh, it's plenty of space.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You gonna put like some turf down, or?
So there's a room next door. So when you walk down the hall of that room, there's a door you can open. Then there's another hallway that we don't have yet. In the future, when I start getting clients and getting paid, and we can just kind of marry ideas, we definitely want to try to get that other room, then make that like a turf room and stuff like that. So. And also make locker rooms back there because we don't really have locker rooms. It's not really girl friendly, because it's a guys club basically. We have a couple girls that wrestle and they don't really care how the bathrooms are, but it's basically one bathroom, one urinal. But you can lock it if a girl went in there so that she can go in alone. But besides that, it's a guys facility now. But which again we want to change so
sexist.
I can get what?
It's
my
fucking
sexist?
sexist.
No, it's not sexist.
So what goes into like a training session though? So if someone like me, if I come up to you and I'm like, "What's up, dog? Looking for a personal trainer?" Like, what are you gonna say to me?
I'd first thing say is like, "What are you looking for?" So we could just talk about it. Because obviously I would say yes, but we'd have to talk. We'd have to have a conversation of like what you're looking for.
Do you do like the consultation? Do you do a free consultation or?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Measuring out limbs and shit.
No, so consultations basically you sit, you talk about.
No, so what do you do?
In the beginning, I'm gonna do free consultations, like so a consultation that can be anywhere from 30 minutes of just talking what you want, or it could be a full hour of talking what you want, and then basically like you sign papers saying yes, I'm gonna do it, and then I get measurements of whatever tests that I need to do. So yeah.
Oh, that'd be so funny. So just half an hour to an hour.
Yep.
Just talking about like life goals.
Basically.
So like a lot of people are probably like, yeah, like I want a 6-pack.
Yeah,
Shit
more
like
than
that.
yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. Because I mean, like, dude, a lot of personal trainers I know like charge a fuck ton of money.
I mean,
for nothing.
When you're a small business, so the problem with strength and conditioning realm is there's a lot of personal trainers that get like a week-long certification. They know everything. And then like my girlfriend, she went to a personal trainer with her friend. She paid $100 an hour for 4 sessions. The guy he had a week-long certification, had no idea what he was talking about. And for warm-up, he's like, oh, just jump on the treadmill for 10 minutes. And they're like, okay, what do we do after that? Oh, just do like 25 jumping jacks. And then after that, they gave him the workout. He made them do all posterior chain, which is obviously the back, and literally lunges, squats, hip thrusts, squat holds, and calf presses. All lower body exercises because they're girls. Because he said, usually girls want a bigger butt, so I just make all girls do that. I'm like,
yeah.
Dumb.
Meanwhile, you got chicks benching 250.
Yeah.
Yeah, with straight boners.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you don't get like a lot of girls with like fluorescent leggings who like bend over in front of supermarkets? You know what I'm saying? You don't get any of those chicks?
No, I don't get any of those chicks. Not at least not yet.
What kind of you get like a lot of like athletes then, like a lot of dudes?
Yeah, so at the gym we have that I work at, we just got ranked #1 gym in the country.
How does that work?
How does that work?
Yeah, like what ranking agency?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Yeah.
We got rated #1 in 2 magazines, in the Men's Health and another one.
Oh, really? Men's Health?
Yeah.
They rank gyms in that?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
shit.
I think it's like a top 15, top 25. But again, there's a difference between strength and conditioning and personal training.
Yeah.
Again, personal training is one-on-one sessions, basically training someone. Strength and conditioning is the same thing, but there's just a lot more education towards it and behind it. Like there's a lot more philosophy and understanding exactly how the body's working, with all the way from conditioning, like from the inside of the heart, pulmonary, all the way to just like deep intrinsic and stability muscles, for all complex to your body. So it's just a deeper understanding. Just basically like, obviously I went to school for 5 years, so
yeah. So what like strength and conditioning would be considered like those videos that like athletes put up on YouTube of like their workouts and stuff?
Yeah,
for the most part.
Yeah, because it's very like, so when you train athletes especially, where it's the difference is we always have to make a needs analysis, and what that is basically the needs and demands of a sport that you're specifically trying to train, and then you go from there, and then you know how to prep it from basically, let's say, from off-season training, preseason training, and then
I'm just thinking about you as a fucking trainer.
Yeah, I definitely not as dumb as I look. I'll tell you that.
No,
that's my go-to every time. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, you know that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not as dumb."
Oh
as
no, I know you're fully capable of being a trainer. Like your body literally says like, "Yo, I'm a physical trainer," which is why it's hilarious, because I can see someone like me going to a session and just like fucking ruining it. You know what I mean? Like that's all I'm thinking about right now. Like dropping the bar on someone or some shit.
Dude, you know what's messed up? So just going to legalities for like opening up the gym. We literally, anything you think of that's like common sense, because common sense is not so common anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I have to like put it on the wall at the gym, basically. Like I have to make a big list of saying, don't drop weights on your head on purpose, or if I'm not talking to you, or if I told you not to do something, you do it, then that's on your own.
Dude,
don't
you
put your finger in a plug. Like you got to put that shit on a wall.
Dude, can you imagine that though? Dropping a barbell on your neck. Like, have you heard the stories of people like dying from that?
Yeah, the guy that dropped 500 pounds on his chest and broke his ribs and punctured his lungs. Yeah. Yeah,
no, I've heard about it. I think there was like a USC player. They had it on ESPN.
Football player, yeah.
Yeah. Now his voice is all fucked up. Like he lived, but dude, a bunch of people die from that, and I just like can't even process that. Like imagine going for a max out bench and your spotter just not paying attention, which kind of makes sense. Like honestly, like if you think about the people who've spotted you in the past,
yeah,
they're just not paying attention. Boom, right on the neck, dude. You internally bleed to death. Holy fuck, dude.
Yep.
That would scare the shit out of me. Dude, I'd rather dump like 600 pounds squatting than do that.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't scare you because you wouldn't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I've done 500, but I would never do 600. I wouldn't even try to do 600.
Yeah, I'm.
That wouldn't give me anything.
I ain't going past 180.
Would you even try that though? Like
a 500-pound bench?
No, squat.
Oh, I've done a 500-pound squat.
I mean 600, not 500.
I've never been able to. No.
Yeah, like I wouldn't even think about going that heavy.
When I was competing, yeah, definitely trying.
I feel like I just shake so much, it'd probably just dump the bar.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Like if my adrenaline was going and everything?
I think you're plenty strong enough. That's why I told you to do the 405 pounds.
Yeah, I almost died. I could have died that
Dude,
day.
so now that you speak of that, now I'm rethinking it. I remember why I said to go 405 because you literally went 350, and it looked like it was your warm up set. That's why.
Really?
That's why they told you to go 405. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
the main reason I went to 405 was to get to the 850 because that would have been 750.
Mm-hmm.
Because we did the total, remember?
Yeah, it was bench, clean, and squat.
Yeah, so you totaled the bench. I don't know if like nobody knew how to clean and jerk, so it was just bench, power clean, and then squat. So, and then you had like 650 club, 750, 850, and I remember being in 750, and Colin was like, if you do 405, you can be the first person ever to be in the 850 club, and I was just like, all right, man, I guess I'll try it.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, I remember that squat vividly, and I remember like being like, this is literally the end. Like I was doing. I mean, it would, like, if we videotaped it, like, you ever videotape something, it looks great, but, like, internally, it's just, like, a nightmare. That's probably what it was like, honestly.
No, it wasn't that bad.
Because I remember I went down, got to parallel, I was like, all right, we're going back up. Not going back up.
So
Drop down a little bit and use the balance a little
Yeah.
bit, and then, like, I was just like, if you don't get this up, like, it's over. Like, you're done.
I was going to come over and help put a thumb up your butt to make you shoot up, but.
Oh, dude, you should have put your thumb up my ass, like, previous to even doing the set. That would have got me going.
Okay. I'll do it next
That's
time.
what I'm talking about, dude.
Yeah, man. It's just crazy to think that, like, for me, well, you're a year younger than me.
Yeah.
You graduated 2014? For me, it's already, what, almost 10 years out of school. For you, again, it's coming up on 10 too.
It's been 10 years.
No, not yet. Because you graduated in 2014. It's been 6 for you. It's been 7 for me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, it's just like, I think it's because we're in quarantine. We're probably thinking about it too much.
Yeah,
There's
nothing
definitely
else
what
to
it
think
is.
about.
Yeah, it's nothing else to think about.
You just want to think about something different rather than work, school, working out, and just do something different.
I always think about, like, if my life was better previously or now. Like, I can't figure it out.
So I think that everyone's life is currently slightly better so they can actually realize things they need to do in their life. And a lot of people have gotten stuff done they haven't had time for or thought they didn't have time for while they're working. And there's no excuse now not to do anything. So I think people are finally feeling like, I don't know, fulfilling people's lives almost. You know, just make it better and more family time. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, depending on the family, I don't know.
Yeah, I think people are just getting more creative.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I just bought a bunch of tires, dude, to work out with.
I saw that. That shit was dope.
Yeah.
You just bring them everywhere in your car?
Yeah, I went on, I was just thinking, I'm like, dude, like, I can't lift. Like, the gyms are going to be closed for a while. Like, people thought it was just going to be till the end of April, but it's probably going to be into June.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck, dude, like, I just got wicked creative. I went to Lowe's, bought a steel pipe, 2 connectors for it, and I was like, what can I put on this? And I was like, oh, like tires, you know? I went on Craigslist, found, like, the heaviest tires possible, which I was lucky to find, like, because they're, like, 50-pound tires versus, like, a regular tire, probably, like, 20, 25 pounds. And then I went to Diamond Hill State Park, went over by the baseball field and the cage, and I was just like, I was literally trying to clean both tires up just so I could squat, and I was like, I can't do this, like, it's too heavy. But then I have the gymnastics rings, so I was like, oh, I'll just hang them from the gymnastics ring, and that was a fucking pretty, like, good setup. I could actually, like, yeah, I felt good about myself after doing that. But, dude, I'm telling you, those gymnastics rings, like, I will watch probably 20 YouTube videos on just dudes who just do that, just calisthenics, and they're all fucking ripped.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, it might be marketing, but...
No, I mean, it's different. I mean, when you're doing calisthenics, you're constantly doing high volume because if you're not doing weight, you need some sort of, like, excessive load, which would now be volume.
Yeah.
So number of sets, reps. So that you're never really going to get heavier, per se. You're just going to get real strong, you know, for your body.
Yeah. So what I've noticed is, like, because I've got a decent pair of tits, when I do dips on those things, like, I'm shaking, and that actually gives me...
popping out?
Yeah. Like, I'm like, trembling because I'm, like, not, you know, stable enough.
What does it look like when you shake?
I have a few videos. If you want to add it to the Spank Bank.
Is it more like a... Or a...
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
one
like
is it?
when you're about to come, and she tells you not to come.
Your eyes up and flickering.
That gives me a good workout, dude. I'm shaking.
Mm-hmm.
Just can't fucking handle it. You know. $20 though, dude. $20 for those fucking rings. Can you imagine that? That's why I'm like, why am I paying for a gym membership? I can just fucking squat tires and shit and do gymnast rings for the rest of my life, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people think you need to go to a gym. You don't need to go. I mean, a lot of people go to a gym because they don't have the motivation nor the aspiration to do it themselves. They need someone to push them.
Yeah.
Or some people just don't know what they're doing at all, want the help. And, I mean, as a fitness professional, it's like a lot of people will never say, oh, I want you to train with me until you don't need me anymore. I mean, that's my philosophy. Like, if I can get you to do everything on your own without needing me, unless you want to keep coming to me, which is obviously great for me, it can make me more money. But if you can do it on your own, that's my goal. So
yeah, it is hard for, like, you know, to push yourself. But I mean, I've had like workout partners and they definitely help a lot. But like every trainer I've had is like pretty slow.
what do you mean?
Like they take things like a little too slow for me.
I gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's like you have like 45 minutes to an hour for a session,
Mhm.
and we'll do maybe 3 exercises with no weight, and then
What?
they charge you like $120, and you're like,
Where you going that charge you $120?
I'm not gonna name names, but yeah, man, it's like everywhere. I went to I'll give you one example. I went to the local gym. I remember like I've always had a problem when I squat. I don't know if anyone else has this, but like when I squat, a problem that I've had is like I'll always lean to my left and this foot, so my left foot will be straight and my right foot will be kind of like this, like outward, like a 45-degree angle. And I'll like lean towards my left side. I don't know. It's probably just because of like my knee injuries and stuff like that.
Oh, 100% overcompensation. Yep.
Yeah.
It's probably your this leg stays straight.
Yeah.
Your left hip dominant probably right now, and that the way to overcompensate because of weakness and stability in your knee and probably your hip complex. You have to rotate out because then you're more stable because you don't have lateral stability right now.
Yeah. So like this, I have enough internal rotation in this hip.
Yep.
This hip's like externally rotated pretty bad. And I remember like one day at the gym, I saw the the personal trainer there. She was a woman, and I was just asking her a bunch of questions about stuff, and like she obviously like she sold me on it. She's like, yeah, like I can fix you up and stuff.
What should make it worse?
No, I mean she charged me $90, which I don't think is that much.
No,
it's really not.
For me, I'm gonna charge $85 for personal. Because it ranges anywhere from 60 to 120.
Yeah,
120. They've been established for a while, hopefully.
Yeah.
Or they're a new gym trainer that just oh, I see someone else charge 100. I'm gonna do it 100 too.
Yeah, like it makes sense. I think 90 is fair, but I think it depends what you're doing. Like I think I don't know if she actually knew what she was talking about, and the only reason I could tell is like anytime a trainer says something universal, I just want to walk away. You know, like if a trainer's like, yeah, like everyone should squat with their toes forward, I'm like, I gotta go.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like shit like that. Like she was saying shit like that, and I was just like, like she said it like halfway through the session though, so I was like, it's kind of late now.
So she honestly, if that's the case, she probably is literally only does missionary.
Yeah.
It's universal.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But like, there's probably so many trainers out there that are like that though.
Hold on, time out. You need to go back to this trainer and you need to talk to her because she probably does like insane missionary, has a bush, and lives on the edge.
She was pretty hot.
Does she live on the edge?
I don't know. I don't think so. 'Cause she drives I think she drives a Subaru Forester. So.
It's Forester.
Mm.
Definitely has a bush.
Yeah. She definitely has the bush. 90% has the bush, but in terms of living life on the edge, like she might be missing that aspect. I mean, dude, she's training like at that gym, she's training like 80 to 90-year-olds. Like every session might be their last session. I'm not even kidding, dude. Some of the oldest people I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm upset like I did it, because like I would see her training these people and I'm like, don't get me wrong, like they're old people, but just like, why are you even training them? Like you're just literally, that should be illegal. Like you're taking money from old people. And dude, they have like 2-pound dumbbells in their hands and they're just flailing their arms. Like literally, dude. I was like, is this like improv? Like what the fuck's going on right now? Are you playing charades? Like what's going on? And yeah, man, paid her $90, and we went through like literally everything that I'd already been doing. And then she said, yeah, like everyone should squat with their feet, you know, their toes pointed forward, with a wide stance, because my stance was narrow at the time. She was like, yeah, you know, it's a no-go. But there's plenty of people who have like a narrow squat stance, dude, you know? So I don't know, man. I've never had like luck with any trainers, like just because of that like universal thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So they'll take like you just said, so like you have like your needs analysis, and then you'll like try to, you know, approach the issue. But like a lot of trainers, they just have like this universal set of exercises that they're going to do regardless of what's wrong with you.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, my fucking ankle is fucked. Like I've damaged it like 6 different times, and I'm trying to, you know, mobilize it. And they're like, all right, like, you know, let's work on your neck. But it's like, it's fucking depressing, man. So.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That's like for where we train, we everything is basically rehab based as well. Because both my mentor in college, I did 800 hours in our weight room in college. He was pre-physical therapy, and then the guy I work for now, was also a physical therapist.
Mm-hmm.
So we have rehab based warm ups and basically stability work. So we're basically like physiotherapists. We train athletes to obviously being a better athlete, but we also know how to correct, not to the fullest, but we know how to correct and just see problems and just like know how to basically fix them.
Yeah.
And again, when I say fix them, I don't mean like, oh, you're going to be 100% better, but definitely like we'll get you better to be able to play and to feel comfortable and not be in pain and possibly not re-injure or get injured. So.
Yeah, I mean, like it takes time too. Like that's the thing is like it's not like I'm impatient. Like I'm not gonna be like, all right, one session, like I should be fixed. Like I know it's gonna take like at least, you know, like a few years maybe. Well, maybe not that long, but
no, yeah.
I mean, for what I have, maybe like half a year, maybe a year.
Yeah.
Something
Well,
like
it's not even a timetable, honestly. It just depends on the degree of what you have and what you need, honestly. And it could be maybe in a couple of months you honestly start feeling better, or even in like a month, just doing the right things. Will it ever be 100%? No, your 100% might be someone else's 85, 90, but that's injuries. So.
Yeah. What is that like? So like, if you're doing a session though, like, do you ever get like really intense though? Like fucking ramp up the music and like let it rip? Beyblades.
Again, so it all has to vary on the person. Like I can have a group where they're like, oh, you know, like monotone music, like this is what I like to work out to. Like, okay, and then you're gonna have people that are like, dude, let's bang our heads off the wall, let's smash bars. Oh, like then you're gonna have those people too. So it just depends.
Dude, dude. I wish I had a barn gym.
Yes, dude. I said the same thing to
Dude,
my girlfriend.
I almost bought a barn. Swear to God.
Where would you put a barn?
Exactly. Dude, I have like these wicked weird thoughts, man. Like, well, it's not even a weird thought. Like, who the fuck wouldn't want a barn gym, dude? Like, you ever see those CrossFit gyms and, like, you know, that they have like down south or whatever? I mean, not necessarily down south, but like the CrossFit, like all of them have like a barn gym of some sorts, like Rich Froning and shit. Mm-hmm. Dude, imagine having one of those and just like a subwoofer system.
That'd be sick,
dude.
Oh my God, I'd have no hearing. My ears are basically closed anyway, so it would be working out.
Yeah, I don't even think it would cost really that much.
A barn?
Yeah.
Probably not.
It would be more of a shed gym.
Yeah, because in a barn, there's not much electrical in it, nor plumbing, unless you have a bathroom in it.
Yeah, I don't even know. I'd probably put some lighting out there, but like in terms of like
the spotlight.
Yeah.
Every time you lift and final countdown every time you do a rep.
In terms of heating, like obviously I wouldn't be able to heat it up. So like the winters would suck.
What?
I think the winters would suck out there, but
in the Midwest?
No, if you had a fucking barn gym.
You would have to get heaters.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why?
So it don't get cold.
That'd be sick though if it was cold, like 30 degrees out. If you're still out there. You gotta warm up a little bit.
Yeah, that's it.
What would you put in your barn gym though?
What would I put in my barn gym?
Yeah, like what would be like your typical gym?
I would definitely have a power rack. I don't necessarily lift in the rack all the time. I don't do back squats really anymore.
Really?
No.
Why not?
A lot of unilateral stuff, single leg stuff. Just because when you have overcompensations, like you want to be able to unilaterally do stuff. Again, sorry, I'm talking stupid. You want to do stuff single leg, so that you can fix your basically overcompensations and just like it's just more stability, especially when you're unstable.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's why I do a lot of single leg stuff, a lot of unilateral stuff. Unless like for me, like I get some random goals, like all right, I want to beat my max bench I've ever had. I want to beat my max deadlift I ever had. But I don't know. I just don't have any aspirations to back squat anymore. I front squat though. I do like front squat.
Front squat's hard, dude.
Yeah.
What else would you put in the gym though?
I would put in free weights, kettlebells. I would definitely have rings. We have rings at our work. We love the rings.
Yeah.
Probably wrestling mat, half cage. I'd definitely put in turf, a little bit of a sled maybe. No, not maybe. I would definitely put in a sled. And maybe like some like Ninja Warrior shit where it's like just like grip work where I climb up the wall or climb up the stairs.
Have you ever used one of those assault bikes?
Oh, yeah. Oh, how could I forget? I'd definitely put an assault bike and a woodway. You know what a woodway is?
The climber thing?
The curved treadmill. It's like a manual curved treadmill.
Yeah. Are those expensive?
Oh, yeah. They're like $3,000-$4,000.
You think they help, though?
Yeah, it's 30% harder than a regular flat treadmill. And it's it doesn't allow you to, basically on a treadmill, you can actually like basically not lose your gait, I would say, but it's a very unrealistic gait. Because
it's like doing the work for you.
Yeah, well, it's not necessarily doing work for you. There's like almost no adversity of running on a treadmill. Like you just run straight and it's flat. Where when you're running outside, there might be a little hill, a bump, and that curved treadmill just allows for like more like flexion of your ankle and it's just harder. It's basically not like running outside, but it definitely complements it a little bit better.
I heard it helps your form though.
What's that?
I heard the curved treadmill, like I heard it helps your form.
Not necessarily. I mean, it forces you to definitely be in a better form, and you can't keep your foot back because if you keep your foot back, you're gonna go for a ride. So it allows you to like, I wouldn't say run faster, but like you have to keep running through stride. And on a treadmill, like you don't necessarily need to do a perfect stride every time. Where on a woodway, like you got to figure out your stride and stick to your stride because you can fall off it. So
really.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. What if you had bitches falling off that?
Dude, we actually had a heavyweight in college. He was sprinting on it, and we were supposed to like run at like a little bit over a jog, and he was sprinting on it, and he couldn't find his feet. It literally looked like a movie. He went forward, he did like a front flip over the sidebar, smoked his head on the bottom of it, got up, punched the thing, and he said, "You made me fall." He looked at the treadmill and said, "You made me fall."
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
He was a heavyweight?
He was a heavyweight.
Man, bro. Out in Illinois?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it was.
What's up with you just like being off the grid though?
Once I got back from school, I got real busy. Busy, and I'm just trying to not have to do much work after I'm 45. I'm trying to make it up there. So I mean, I've been putting in a lot of work that people aren't willing to do that I do every day. When I came home, I was working nearly 4 jobs, working 7 days a week for almost 6 months straight. And I'm just trying to get to the highest possible potential I could possibly get to.
Like how many hours a day would you say you were working?
A week, I was working anywhere from, so you said a day, but anyways, in a week, I was working anywhere from 60 to 70 hours or more.
Those are big numbers.
Hmm?
Those are big numbers. So
Yeah.
4 jobs though?
Yeah, so I was, because when the gym I work at now, I was an intern. I interned for the 6 months, zero pay. Then I was doing I did general contracting during the day, and then go to the gym. Then some days when I wasn't doing general contracting, I worked with doing signs with another guy. I used to coach his kids, and then I also coached wrestling on Sundays. So, so I was doing a lot. So that's why.
Yeah, but that's like all stuff you enjoy though. So the days.
Yeah. Yep.
You must have like not been going through that much stress unless you didn't get enough sleep.
No, it wasn't. Where it just affected me basically most part because I like to lift all the time basically. But so I was just too tired. I would lift, but it's like more so like it was just more maintaining rather than getting strong, lifting for a goal, getting faster, jumping higher because I was just too tired. So
yeah, at least you're doing what you like though, dude. Like I think everyone who knows you could probably see that you're going to do something in like terms of athletics, but a lot of people don't follow through with that. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude, I gotta figure it out, man. I gotta get into something.
No, I think you'd be all right. I mean, you're on a good gig doing this stuff now and trying to figure that out, and you just got baby steps.
Yeah, a lot of the time though, I think about just like working on a farm or some shit. You know, having like a wicked simple life.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't be that simple though, honestly, if I worked on a farm.
No, it's not.
Probably be really hard actually.
I worked in a barn at school for one of our athletic trainers. A big barn.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Like moving haystacks and shit?
I didn't move hay for him because he had 2 quarter horses and 1 full horse. And a quarter horse is like a pony, a small horse. But I would shovel shit. I leveled out trees so he could build another barn. I'd cut up wood for him, stack logs. He had a man-made lake. I'd tend to that. Trim trees. I would do all that stuff for him. And then in the barn, like besides shoveling shit for taking care of the horses, we just clean the fences, make sure the wire's good all the time. And he had chickens as well, so just making sure the other animals weren't coming to kill the chickens and make sure there's no holes. Because animals will literally dig. We found a hole that was almost 3 feet under the fence because he dug the fences under on purpose. Yeah. Because animals will dig as far as they can to get to these damn chickens. It's insane.
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
So.
Yeah, man. I thought about working on a farm, and then I actually realized it's probably one of the hardest jobs.
It's 100% manual labor, 100%.
Yeah.
There's no relaxing. I mean, but I loved it though. It's great.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be for relaxation. Just be able to say yeah, dude, I got a pony, dude. You know, I got chickens.
Yeah.
Imagine having chickens, dude. Oh.
Dude, it's the best eggs. It's the best eggs.
I've also thought about just working at a flower shop, one of those large industrial flower shops, dude. Mm-hmm. Have a bunch of biddies come in, be like, "You want to know what the lilacs are?" You know what I'm saying? It's such an easy life, dude.
Dude, honestly, when you said flower, I don't know why the first thing I thought of was all-purpose flour. I'm like, why do you want to work with all-purpose flour?
Fucking, damn, bro.
No, I got you.
Nah, that would suck, dude. You ever seen flour break?
What?
Flour, actual flour. Have you ever seen it break? The bags?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a mess.
Dude, I used to work in Market Basket, and they'd have those piled up in the back. And I remember I tripped, almost broke my ankle, and then ripped open one of those things, and it just went fucking everywhere, dude. Dude, my biggest problem with construction is I literally laugh my ass off half the time on the site, just thinking about different shit.
Like what?
Just the dumbest shit, dude. Something falling, something breaking, anything like that. Dude, one of the funniest things I've ever seen, we were digging the holes for the actual deck. So we're using one of those fucking
post hole diggers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's basically just a jackhammer with fucking, things wicked intense.
So you're digging with a jackhammer?
I don't know if it was it was literally just one of those
post hole diggers.
Post hole diggers, yeah. But it fucking spins and shit and
oh, the ones you hold and
yeah.
It's like an auger. Something like that?
Something like that, dude. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. It was like, all right, John, your turn to dig a fucking hole. I'm already laughing, dude, because I'm thinking about, what's going to happen. Because, I saw him, and he was literally just, shaking the whole fucking time. And, dude, fucking, there's so many rocks. You're just bashing, these massive boulder rocks and shit. I'm fucking pissing laughing already. And then it was my turn, and, I think I was doing it for 3 seconds. He was like, all right, John, stop. I gotta get this rock out or whatever. So he goes down to literally take out the rock, and I accidentally just fucking rip it. And, yeah, he was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was just like, dude, I don't know. But I fucking laughed so hard when that happened. I can't even explain. One time you saw a dude legitimately die because he was carrying a ladder and the ladder hit the power line.
Oh no.
And I was thinking about it and I was like, dude, if he didn't tell me that, I might actually do that. But imagine laying down some Scott's turf grow one day and you look over at your neighbor and witness it.
What'd you do?
We had another job that was all inside. Mm-hmm. Same thing. We had to use a saw and cut open the ceiling. And it was drywall, so all the powder from the drywall was just fucking shooting everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, all right, John, you have goggles on, just he was telling me how to do it. He was like, just get out of the way. You don't have to eat it. And I just fucking ate it the whole time. And the whole time he was like yelling at me. He's like, dude, fucking stop. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're getting powdered right in the fucking dome. And it was so loud, I just kept going.
Were you up there with your mouth open?
Yeah, I was like fucking, I was eating it like it was cereal, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, I would never be able to do like a physically demanding job like that, dude.
Yeah, but if you work on a farm, it's different. I mean,
Yeah,
it's very basic stuff. Mostly not. It's not all basic, because there's a lot of stuff that looks basic. It looks easy, but it's
yeah, like
easier
milking
said
the
than done.
odors.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's probably
you
hard.
gotta milk them like this, not like this.
Really?
No, I don't know.
Oh.
I didn't do that.
The fuck was that, dude? Is that sign language?
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure you legit jerk it off.
So would you squeeze like the bubble at the top? So like it's like a super soaker, like you squeeze
Dude,
the
I
bubble.
would
it
tickle
shoots
the
at
top.
you? So you'd hold it and just do this.
I wonder if a cow I wonder if they like actually get upset though.
I don't know.
Or you think they just feel like bloated and they're like relieved?
I don't know how that works. That's a big. It's like a big jug of milk though, huh?
Yeah, they must feel full. It must feel like a mother with like breast milk.
I was about to say, like, how would they feel if they just
Yeah,
if they were like, would they like milk themselves and just
because I know it probably hurts when they get milked.
yeah.
You
So I
squ-
know their boobs can get raw from a baby just drinking milk. So imagine someone just like ribbing at your nipples. Give me some milk.
Yeah, but I could never imagine like you milking a cow though, and then all of a sudden the cow just gets wicked mad and starts beating the shit out of you. That'd be a good video though.
That would be a good video. Just getting your ass whooped by
It's like a
cow.
tutorial on how to milk cows.
I guarantee you can YouTube that and see it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find it.
I mean, dude, my mom grew up on a farm, so she probably knows.
Did she?
It'd be like a weird ass question to ask my mom.
Yeah,
though.
but just because you grew up on a farm doesn't mean you know how to milk a cow.
Well, they had animals, dude, so they had to take care of them, obviously.
There's so many different kinds of animals you could have a farm of.
Yeah, I'll have to ask what kind of animals they had.
Mm.
That'd be a fucking weird dinner conversation, though.
Why?
She'd be like, "Hey, Ma, you ever milk a cow?" She's like, "Honey, have you been outside today?" All right, dude. Well, this was fun, man.
It was fun.
This was fun. Thanks for coming, dude. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.